The Alpha Sessions with Emma Joyce.
Hi Emma, this is the Alpha Sessions and I'm here with Liz. Hi Liz.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, thank you.
Good. Now, you've got a really interesting musical journey. I wanted to ask you what it's been like so far for you and how did you get to this point?
So I started when I was 14, and I actually started in my own little band playing electric guitar and especially lead guitar, focusing on that. And the thing is that the band members were older than me, so there was a point where they all wanted to go to college, obviously, and university, and I was the only one who wasn't, who was still in high school. And so we kind of split up, and I didn't know what to do because all of a sudden I was there alone with my guitar, and I thought, like, what can I do with an electric guitar all alone? So then I kind of made the switch to acoustic guitar, and I picked up an old guitar from my dad, and I just started fooling around, just playing covers and stuff. But I always thought that I couldn't sing, so I thought I was really stuck, and that I needed to play with other people to make actually music myself, because I was convinced that I could not sing. So when everybody was away from yeah, when everybody was away from home, and I knew that no one could see me or hear me, then I would kind of try to sing something, and it kind of became more like I became more connected with how I actually sounded, and I became all right with my voice, because in the beginning it was really hard kind of to appreciate that. It was like, I don't like the way I sound, I'm not good enough or something like that. But then I played in front of a friend, and she told me, like, dude, you can actually sing. You really have to be convinced that you can, because you're doing it really good without any lessons or anything. You're doing it good. So yeah, then I just started writing my own songs, and well, now 5 years later, I am here releasing finally my first EP very soon, and having a gig soon for an audience again because of the whole situation. It's been a long time, so I'm looking forward to that. And so yeah, now I'm here, still developing myself, trying to find new stuff to do, and working with others sometimes, which is pretty fun. So yeah.
When your friend told you that you could sing, between that and when it actually, like when you got your head around it, was that a process for you?
Yeah, because even though people started saying, like, you're doing it pretty good, I was still in this kind of mindset that I wanted to become a lead guitarist, and I wanted to rock, and I wanted to be loud, and I wanted to be a band, and I just thought I can never be on a stage all alone, because I'm a real introvert, so I'm very shy when it comes to people, and really the idea of standing alone on the stage in front of like 50 people was too scary for me. So it was really hard, like, finding out that I could do it. Like, it's weird, it sounds maybe weird, but the thing what I'm doing right now was a thing that I told myself in the beginning that I absolutely didn't want to do. So in the beginning I told myself, like, I want to play electric guitar, I want to play lead, I want to be in a band, and I want to play rock music. And now I'm a solo artist, I'm playing acoustic guitar, I'm not playing any lead, and I'm not in a band, I'm doing everything myself. So it was weird, but I believe that I kind of found my strength along the way to be in this position. It was definitely a process, especially the first times playing in front of an audience was scary as hell. I was really nervous, standing there all alone, always scared that things were gonna go wrong or people were gonna not like what I was doing. But it went really well after a while, and I started feeling stronger and stronger within my own power, let's say it like that. And then, yeah, now I'm just on the stage all alone, and I feel like home, even though I'm there all alone. It's like coming home. It really is.
Is there anything that you need to do, like, before you go on stage to make yourself calm?
I need to brush my teeth. That's something that I always have to do. I don't know why, but it's like this weird thing that I have to do that. But for the rest, I'm not really stressed or something before a show or before a gig. It's more like excitement and really wanting to go on that stage and start. But I just try to listen to some music before I go to a gig or I go to a bar where I'm going to play or something. But I have no specific vocal warm-up training sessions I do myself or something. I just basically go on stage without any actual, how to say it, like preparation or anything. It's more kind of just I just go without thinking. I try.
Before we came on, you mentioned that this was your first interview in English. Are you based in Belgium?
Yeah, I am.
Cool. So what's it like, I guess, making that translation?
I'm actually I'm a native Dutch speaker, so I don't speak French. So English is okay because we get a lot of English at school, and because I listen to a lot of music, it's I feel pretty comfortable in speaking that language. But yeah, all of a sudden it feels like a big thing because I'm not speaking Dutch anymore. It feels like, I don't know, it's really weird.
So what's the music scene like in Belgium?
Especially in Brussels, rap and hip hop are really trending. It's really alive. I know a lot of people at my school and just friends through other friends that are active in that scene. And that's quite dominant actually. You just see it on the streets. There is this sort of vibe where when you just walk around Brussels, around every corner there's going to be a group of like young people who kind of look like they belong in that specific category, and most of the times they do. Like when I step up to some people, and there are also a lot of people who make music on the streets in Brussels, which is pretty obvious for big cities. It happens a lot. So yeah, rap and hip hop are especially dominant. But for the rest, I gotta be honest, I'm not really. Forgot the word. It's right in my head, but I'm not really familiar with the whole like kind of underground bar stuff that's happening. But I think there's a lot happening. I just don't think I've been like a lot in contact with that whole world or something. But the thing is that since recently I am getting to know more and more people who are actually active in the music industry here, and then you kind of get to know other people, and then you start to see what's happening, and that like the music world in Belgium, I think especially because it's a small country, is everybody knows everybody, and it's really interesting because once you know someone that has this specific role in it, you know that you're gonna grow your network, and I'm glad because it happened actually recently that I got to know somebody who's helping me out a little bit.
Cool.
And I'm just getting to know new stuff as well. But there is a lot more. There's also a lot of metal stuff going on, I'm hearing. So yeah, this doesn't really surprise me because we have like grass pop metal meeting here. I don't know if you've ever heard of that, but it's like a really big festival, and it's like every times 3 days where there are only metal bands and really like rough music. And I've been there when I was 17, and honestly, it was the best festival I ever went to. Everybody's so sweet, and you don't really expect that because everybody's looking like not sweet. They're so cool people, and then you really see that there are a lot more people who listen to music that you always think of like, I'm kind of an outsider and I don't, it's like not standard that I listen to this stuff, but there are a lot of people who listen to it. Really cool to see.
What did she have that I did have not? What did she say to you that I never did love? Is it a smile that makes you feel like the world is less tough? What's it about her that I haven't got?
The Alpha Sessions with Emma Joyce.
What is on your playlist at the moment?
Like as 2 years ago off, I started being a little bit addicted to Jeff Buckley's music.
Okay.
And still I am. Big fan. really, his music opened up my perspective as well. It was like, it was amazing. And when I heard Grace for the first time on my record player, I was sitting there on my bed like, what's this? What, like, wow, I've never heard something that authentic and real and rough and beautiful at the same time. And yeah, so that's still on repeat. And what I listen to as well currently is some Audio Slave here and there, like the more harder stuff, because I'm a big metal fan as well.
Okay.
So I'm also a really currently back. I'm back in my Iron Maiden
Zone.
world. Yeah. Because yeah, just re-listening to the records that I listened to when I was younger. It's really nice to reconnect with it. And for the rest, I'm just discovering some Belgian artists right now, especially since I've been releasing my own stuff. And you get added to these playlists. And I was added to a few Belgian playlists with other artists, and I started shuffling them and just started hearing some interesting things, actually, and following up those artists a little bit. But yeah, pretty much, I'm actually discovering new music has been a long time, because I have like loads and loads of artists that I discovered when I was really young, and because they're pretty old bands usually, they release sometimes something new, but not so often, and I really have a bond with most of these like bands and artists, because they've been a part of my beginning of like the beginning of me becoming a musician, kind of, in a way. And I don't know, these songs never get old. It's really weird. It's like I can't listen to it every day if I want to. No, maybe not every day, but like a lot, and they're still good. I still find interesting sounds in it when I listen to it. So yeah, I guess that's it pretty much. But especially Jeff Buckley. That's really one of my favorite artists of all time, and that's always on repeat.
Leads me to my next question quite nicely, actually, which is your debut single. That's out now. What's it about?
No, it's actually a love song, but a love song that I've written when I was like 15 or something. So it's been a long time since I've written that. It's not really new. The thing about that single is that it's a part of the EP that will be released in September, and these recordings were made like 2 years ago. So the whole idea behind those recordings were first to just put them on. There's a specific Belgian site. It's called Vibe, and all Belgian artists can make their own profile in there, like sort of a biography page with all their past gigs and their songs and merchandise and everything. And so the idea was to put those recordings on there. But then all of a sudden, after waiting 1 year and listening to these songs, I thought, well, why not release them? I mean, I put a lot of work in it, and it's a good start. For an EP, it's a good start. At least people can get to know me a little bit, because especially before the whole COVID thing, I had a few gigs, and some people started really asking, like, where can I find your music? Where can I buy your music? Do you have any records? And I always had to say, no, I don't have anything. And that was that. But, it's like, I started realizing, like, why not do this? And then I started building up a little marketing plan for myself, like how I was going to do it, and what I wanted to if I wanted to work with releasing singles and a video clip or stuff like that. And yeah, I'm now releasing the songs that I recorded 2 years ago and made 3 years ago. So, but yeah, Outside is basically like a really intimate love song. It's a little bit cliche, but the thing is that I actually really like that song because I wrote it when I was, I guess, a little bit in love. But it was about, I had this kind of situation in my head that was playing. Like, it was sort of a movie thing that was going on in my head, and I had to write about it. So I saw these two people that were really connected with each other and really just loving each other. And it was a cold night, and it was snowing, and they were sitting around the fireplace. And I wrote that song actually about just that feeling of being in that moment with that other person and being in that inside world with like you two, and not having the need or wanting to go to the outside world, kind of, in a way. And that's why it's called Outside. So that's what that song is about. And I really like it because it's in an alternate tuning, and I love working with alternate tunings because it gives a lot of possibilities as a singer-songwriter to just find new sounds, because everything starts to sound a little bit the same after a while. And yeah, I just really love playing that song. I think it's a nice song. So yeah, I thought it's a good start to release that song as a single.
Breaking colors into light. Friends scream and shout. The lights will let them go out. Tonight, special for all, as we're floating with the nightfall. It's cold in the outside world. It's colder in the outside. Hey, let's just stay inside. Wrap your hands around me, baby. Share your kisses with me, maybe. Is this the way we may be? Wrap your hands around me, baby. 'Cause you know what to do. Yeah, you know I trust you. It's colder in the outside. Sun setting behind, breaking colors into light. Birds singing loud. The lights, let's keep them out. Today special for all, as we're floating with the breaking of dawn. It's still cold in the outside world. It's colder in the outside. Hey, let's just stay inside. Wrap your hands around me, baby. Share your kisses with me, maybe. Is this the way we may be? Wrap your hands around me, baby. 'Cause you know what to do. Yeah, you know I trust you. It's colder in the outside. It's colder in the outside. outside.
The Alpha Sessions with Emma Joyce.
So you mentioned the EP briefly. What's coming up next for you, and what can you tell us about?
Well, due to the whole situation, I don't have a lot of gigs going on currently, and
understandably so.
Excuse me?
Understandably so.
Yeah. But there is one gig, fortunately, the 7th of July, which is actually the headlining band is a pretty big Belgian band, so I'm playing right after them, so that's going to be pretty an interesting opportunity. And then for the rest, I'm just going to release the EP in September for sure. And before the release of the EP, another single will be released.
Nice.
And
excited.
Yeah, and that song is I think maybe the third song I've ever written, and it's the song that people that know my songs a little bit, like friends and family, every time I see them, they tell me like, oh wait, you know what? There was one morning and I woke up and I had that song in my head and I was singing it like the whole day and it just keeps on being in my head and it sticks and I was like, okay, yeah, that is because that means it's like catchy in a way.
Yeah,
so that's going to be the next single, but I still have to make cover photos and stuff.
Cool.
And do some promotion around it. So I'm planning to release that single in July, by the end of July, and then I think September is a good time to release it. Yeah, and in the meantime, in the summer holidays, I'm already working on the new music. I have my own home studio, so I can record my stuff there, and I currently am building my network a little bit because I have been a little bit tired of working alone every day and being in my room every day and always. Yeah, and especially, I mean, being a singer-songwriter, it's nice to make everything your own, but I realized that I can't do everything alone, and I start to become tired of sitting down, playing again something that looks the same as a previous thing, and writing something down that is again about love or again about sadness. And I want to have some feedback during that process because you're always experiencing that alone, and it's nice to kind of share it with somebody. So I got in touch with the sound engineer. It's become a pretty good friend of mine, and we're going to do some projects, and he knows a lot about the technical side of the story, and it's really useful because I don't know anything. Just working on new songs that are more sophisticated in a way, especially guitar-wise, a little bit more the lead part, like in it. So
cool. Something that I wanted to ask you. Oh my god, I was going to ask you a question and it's just gone from my brain.
Okay.
That's so weird. Okay, never mind.
It will come back.
That's so strange. So new single, EP coming up, which is great. And just really looking forward to what you guys come up with next, I guess. Thought of my question. Are you able to meet with people because of the situation? What's it been like trying to work with other musicians and stuff in Belgium? What's the situation like over there?
I think by now that a lot of people, to say it, it's not something to be proud of, but it's typically a Belgian mindset. But a lot of people don't care anymore. Okay. So a lot of people just meet up because, especially artists and bands, I mean, when you're a musician, music is a part of your life. And if you have to rehearse through online meetings, I mean, it's not the same. I can imagine that it's just pretty much it's just annoying to do. I can imagine that's just the kind of vibe that you experience when you're together and you're really just losing yourself in the moment is gone. So a lot of people are just kind of doing what they've missed to do for a pretty long time. And I mean, projects are starting again. A lot of opportunities for Belgian artists are opening up again. Finally, you have more gigs coming up. I have this site where you can like fill out. There are all these kind of chances to play live, actually, and you can fill out this form at any of these things and kind of send your application. You get these chances to play live, and I see that there are a lot of these things coming up. So things are trying to get back to normal, even though the situation is not normal yet. But I guess you can't, like, time can't stand still, you know. There's a way that some things, I mean, you can do stuff safely. I believe that doing band practice doesn't mean that you have to, like, it's unsafe. It doesn't have to be unsafe. You know what I'm trying to say? It's like,
yeah, there's a balance.
yeah, indeed. And but I just know that the Belgian mentality around it is not always that great. I mean, some people are just really selfish. You have that everywhere, of course, but people don't really think always further than themselves, and then they do stuff that's pretty much unsafe, and then they might make other people sick or something, or they might be a danger to others. And I've heard these tragic stories, you know, where just like a friend of mine, and she goes to this party, which is not allowed. She has nothing, and she comes home, and a week later, her mother is in the hospital because of her. You know, so it's and then she regrets it, of course. But you know, it's kind of stupid that things like that have to happen before some people realize that it's nothing to joke about. It's really pretty serious, and that doesn't mean you have to stop everything you're doing, but kind of means that you just have to, like, watch out a little bit. That's all. But for me personally, I mean, I'm still doing pretty much everything alone. So I meet up with some people here and there right now, but it's pretty much online.
Yeah.
So I try to be, if it's possible online, I try to do it online just because of the whole thing.
A few random questions.
Excuse me?
A few random questions.
Yeah, okay.
Do you like karaoke?
I have no problem with karaoke. I don't know. I don't have a lot of experience with doing it, but
I was gonna say, if you did, then do you have a song that you always like go to for karaoke?
Oh, well, you mean like in the context of a bar and people looking at you?
Yeah. In like a non-COVID world, obviously.
Okay. Well, that's a tough question because I have so many songs popping up in my head right now that I would want to do.
Give me an example, like what's popping up in your head right now?
For some reason, a Megadeth song is popping up in my head, but I don't really have that voice. I don't would fit. But I guess I would like to do something like song, like something heavy for sure, like with a band, like one time, like really rocking out. And the song I think about is the Megadeth song. I don't know if you know that or any of it of Megadeth, but it's a song with the French title "A tout le monde," and I don't know why, because I think the vocals are pretty alright for me to do. It's not too tough, so I don't know, something like that.
Cool. And again, pretending that like COVID isn't a thing anymore, or it never happened, whichever way around you want to look at it. And you could gig anywhere in the world, in a dream venue, where would you want to gig?
The first thing that comes up is Wembley Stadium, but I don't think it's going to be sold out.
Leave that bit to me. You just worry about like the actual artist side and the stage side and stuff. We'll sell it out. It'll be fine.
Yeah. I was next to that. I would say a really famous venue here is the Ancienne Belgique. That I actually stood there. But that was pretty dreamlike, actually. It's the venue that artists say, like, if I ever stand on that stage, I've made it, because it's a really pretty, like the view is unbelievable. Even though I stood there in front of two people, which was my dad and some kind of sound engineer guy as well. It was pretty surreal standing there, because normally that venue is filled with 2,000 people. So it's just a really iconic place. So if I could have the chance to stand there again, but in front of people, I would love to be there. Really, I would love to stand there.
And if you could collaborate on that stage with anyone, who would it be? They can be dead or alive, it doesn't matter.
John Resnick, he's the lead singer of the Boo Dolls. They're my all-time favorite band. They're the band that made me pick up the guitar, really. And yeah, I think he's an amazing songwriter. Actually, I know a lot of their songs because it's my favorite band. And when I look at the lyrics, he's a damn great songwriter. It's unbelievable. And they're not a big band or anything, or at least not as big as, for example, Foo Fighters or something. But for me, they're at least as good, maybe better. They're like, I don't know, they recently actually released an EP that was called EP 21, and they released some old songs in an acoustic version, but really rough, like no big drums, no big anything. And I thought it was really cool to they did go back to the roots of everything, and I really appreciate that, like doing the rough thing, like, you know, the real music where there are mistakes, but to give that kind of live feeling into a record, I think that's pretty nice. That's something that I appreciate. So yeah, John Rosing, definitely.
And if people want to find out more about you, where can they go? What can they do?
Well, I would say, first of all, you can go to Instagram, and then you have the search bar, and if you write Lizz with double Z, then and an underscore, and then official music, then you can find my account. And I have a Facebook page as well, which is actually exactly the same name, except there is no underscore, so it's Lizz Official Music altogether. And well, on Spotify, if you just look up Lizz, and then maybe you better write down the title from the single, so Outside is that right now, then you can find me easily. But because Lizz, the artist name, is used quite frequently, you don't really find me when you search just Lizz. So if you look up Lizz Outside, you can listen to the single and more, and the stuff that's around the corner waiting.
Cool. Well, I'm really excited to find out what's to come musically from you for the rest of the year. It's going to be really exciting. And thank you so much for spending the time to come on. It's been great to chat to you.
Thank you. Well, thanks for the opportunity that I could do this. It was really nice. So, thank you.
Was all I wanted to see, but if they'll never change, neither do we. While others make their dreams come true. I'm lying here waiting on you, but it's all been done. No matter how far I might roam, yeah, it's all been done. No matter how far I will roam, I was hoping you'd see the bright side of me. Yeah, it all happened to be. He spreads his wings to be heard. While others make their dreams come true, I'm still lying here waiting on you, but it's all been done. No matter how far I might roam, yeah, it's all been done. No matter how far I will roam, I was hoping you'd see the dark side of me. Yeah, it all happened to me. But it's all been done.